Beautiful. So it sort of looks like it might be a nice day. It started off very foggy, but now the mist is clearing and I've got a bit of blue sky above me now, so that's something. Blue sky Sunday is always nice. All right, my darling one, so it's just ticked over to past. So let's get ourselves settled upon the earth. Just in your own time, there's no rush. If you're having a drink, feel free just to give yourself some time to have a few sips. There's no rush. So you might want to bring your cushions in, you might want to bring your blankets in as always. You can be flat, you can be soft in the knees, or any variation of lying down that feels most comfortable for you. And then you guys will be laying down on the ground. I'll be seated for a bit just because it's easier for me to talk to you that way. Beautiful. We'll just take a little time here. Sunday morning. Settled in a place that is restful, and we might have a lovely cup of tea with us, and we've got the roof above us keeping us warm and dry, so all these lovely things just to help us find a restful place. And as we take our time to settle, and there's no rush, we might close the eyes or let the gaze be soft. We might let the breath be easeful and unhurried. And just taking our time to draw our awareness, our energy, our attention inwards. Inwards to the rise and fall of the breath. Inwards towards the body, maybe checking with how it feels today, or the sensation of the earth beneath you supporting you. The sensation of your warm clothes or the blankets or the cushions, all those little supportive elements we can feel. And with calm body and calm breath, perhaps we just think about, as much as we can, just letting go of any busy thoughts or anything you've been carrying around through the week perhaps, or any to-do list you have for the week ahead. We'll just see if we can pop them at the side of the room. Or maybe just set as an intention that we might try and let go of the busy thoughts or any stresses or worries, even if it's just for a moment, just a little opportunity to let go, to set down, to set aside. And as we take just one more peaceful minute here, we'll seek to carry this sense of calm and ease through our practice. So we're just connecting to it here, just beginning to nurture and nourish this sense of ease and calm. So from our restful place upon the earth, if we haven't already, we're just going to soften the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor. So we're just softening through hips and knees, allowing the spine to just settle upon the earth for a moment. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out either side like a butterfly. If you need a little extra support, please do bring cushions or blankets or blocks underneath the knees so you can bring in any kind of support underneath the knees if that feels more comfortable. And if you wish to do so, we'll just bring the hands onto the belly or somewhere on the body that feels comfortable. Just so that we can feel that lovely, easeful breath underneath the hands. And we can feel the breath underneath the hands, and we can feel the warmth and weight of the hands upon the belly on the breath. Perhaps here we just visualize that easeful pace of the breath, almost like a gentle wave upon a shore, this idea of drawing in and drawing out. But also that every exhale, every release of breath, like the wave drawing back into the ocean, is just gently washing away, releasing any little tensions, any tightnesses. So just like a gentle cleansing wave, every exhale is just a letting go. And we're just going to take a peaceful minute with this idea of the cleansing wave of breath. If at any point it starts to feel a bit too much on the hips or the inner thighs, you're welcome to bring in support, or even just draw the knees together and let the soles of the feet come back to the earth. from this restful place, we'll just gently draw the knees back together. You can use the hands to help if you wish. And then we're just going to hug the knees in towards the heart. So we're just going to create a little tuck, and then you can make any intuitive movement that you like here. So if you want to rock and roll, if you want to wiggle the feet, you want to take a few circles with the knees in one direction and then a few in the other. Feel free just to bring a little movement in after that stillness with the hips. It's just a chance to have a little wiggle, a little movement. Lovely. So when you're ready, we'll release the soles of the feet back to the earth. From here, we're just going to roll onto our comfortable side. So we're just going to come into what we call the little Yogi recovery pose, just on our edge with whichever side feels most comfortable for you. And when you feel ready, we'll just gently push into the earth and rise to an easy seat. So as always, you can sit on cushions or blankets if that's more comfortable for you, or you just settle into the earth. Letting the sit bones settle into the ground. Letting our spine gently rise as if somebody we love is just pulling us by a thread through the top of the head. If you feel like you want to take a couple of shoulder rolls, let's take a little time here to do that. So you might want to roll them both at the same time. You might want to do a little shimmy. You might want to do forwards, backwards. Whatever feels nice for you, feel free just to take a movement, or if you feel that you want to give the head a little stretch or a little roll, feel free. Again, any intuitive movement, feel free just to have a little wiggle in whatever way feels right. And then when you're ready, we'll just come to stillness. So we're just going to sit and breathe in our easy seat for a peaceful minute. So you might want to close the eyes or let the gaze be soft. Again, this lovely idea of the breath like a wave. So as we inhale, we're drawing energy up from the ground. As we exhale, releasing. Idea of the gentle rise and fall, that easeful rhythm. Idea not only of the rise and fall of the breath, but of the grounding down of our energy through our sit bones and our legs, the root into the earth, but then that gentle rise through the body, through the shining of the crown up towards the sky, that's creating that space within us for our tummy, our heart, our chest, our breath. And from our lovely easy seat, what we'll do is we'll just sweep the arms up to the sky. So we're just going to reach tall. Beautiful. We're creating this lovely length through the body. And then I'll mirror you here. What we'll do is we'll drop the left hand. We're just going to take a side stretch, and you can take it as far as you like. You can slide the hands away from you, or if you want to keep the hands quite close to the body, you can make it as strong or as gentle as we like, with the gaze going wherever we wish, up to the sky or to the earth. When you're ready, we're going to rise up tall once more, and we're going to take it over to the other side. Beautiful. So we'll just take a few easeful breaths here. I can just see a lake coming. I'm just going to let them in. More easeful breath here. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll rise up tall once more. And just slow and steady, we're going to hinge from our hips. We're going to come to that forward fold over the crossed legs. We're going to let the head hang heavy and let the upper body relax. If you find that folding over crossed legs isn't okay for your ankles or knees today, then you're very welcome to extend the legs out in front of you and you can fold over straight legs. So straight legs is your option if that's better for you. And we found our comfortable place. We're just letting the head hang, just letting the upper body be as restful as it can be. Again, perhaps that idea of the breath and each exhale is just gently drawing us into a place a little deeper within the pose, a little more restful within our place. This doesn't necessarily have to mean that the stretch is deeper or stronger, but just that we're settling in, we're finding our place. I'm just going to take a few more easeful breaths wherever we find ourselves. Beautiful. So when you're ready, we're going to rise up through head and heart. What we're going to do from here is we're going to come over the knees. We're going to come to an all fours position. So we're coming to our tabletop position. And feel free to bring any padding underneath the knees. So if you need some cushions or blankets for a bit of extra softness, do bring them in. So from tabletop, we're just going to work through a few cat-cow movements. No rush, no hurry. We're just going to take an inhale and flex the spine in towards the earth. Tailbone and crown shine to the sky. And then we take our exhale, we flex the spine out towards the ceiling. Pointing tailbone and crown to the earth. So each inhale, we flex inwards. And each out breath, we flex outwards. And we're just going to take our time with this rhythm. So this gentle moving with the breath. Now, if you're happy with this cat-cow movement, or if you have any issues with shoulders or low back, then please do stay with the cat-cow. If you want to move on to the little next bit, if you want to, we can exhale, we can drop the bum back onto the heels for child's pose. And then as we inhale, we're going to open the hips and the heart to the beautiful cobra, a little softness in the elbows as we shine the heart forwards. We exhale to the child's pose. We inhale to the cobra. So again, we're moving just at the pace of our own breath. So you can do the child's pose and the cobra. You can stay with the cat-cow if you prefer. Either way, we're finding a little rhythm. The idea of the wave gently rising and falling upon the shore. I'm just going to roll through a few more whatever versions working for you. And then just the next time you find yourself in child's pose, or when you settle into child's pose, we'll settle to the earth here and we'll just take a little time. So whatever is your favorite kind of child's pose, give yourself a little time to settle into it. So it might be that you want to take wide knees, or you want to bring some cushions in. So come to whatever is your favorite child's pose as we settle here upon the earth. Letting the head rest upon the ground. Reconnecting perhaps to that sense of ease. Just take a few more easeful breaths here. When you feel ready, we'll bring the hands under the shoulders, we'll lift through head and heart. And we'll just take some time, we're just going to bring the bum back down to the earth. We're going to sweep the legs around and we're going to return to that lovely restful place upon the earth with the soles of the feet on the ground, soft hips, soft knees, shoulders and hips settled on the earth. And what we'll do is we're just going to have the arms alongside the body on the earth with the palms facing downwards. And we're just going to bring the feet as kind of as close to the bum as feels comfortable. They don't have to be touching, they're just kind of, as opposed to being quite far away, we're just going to draw them in so they feel reasonably close to you. We're going to do another little easeful movement with the breath. So what we're going to do is we inhale, we're going to gently push into the earth with hands, with feet, with shoulders. We're just going to lift the hips to the sky. And then as we exhale, we're just going to release the hips to the earth. We're just taking a nice easeful movement with bridge pose. Inhale, we're rising up, opening through the front body. Each exhale, gently release into the ground. Lovely. Again, we're just going to take some time with the breath. No rush, no hurry. If you're happy in this movement, you're very welcome to stay with this one. There's a little extra for the arms if you want it, which is each time we inhale and lift the hips to the sky, we can gently raise the hands to the earth above our heads, so that sense of opening through the body. And then as we exhale, we release the hips and the hands to the earth. So you can play around with that one if you like, and then it's up to you. You can take either version, whatever feels lovely and nourishing for you today. And just finding your own rhythm and your own pace. So just the next time the hands and the hips return to the earth, we'll pause. So we're just going to settle back into the earth. We'll be up here in this restful place up on the ground. And then from here, once again, we're going to draw the knees in. So we're going to create that little tuck once more, again with any little inch. So it might be a little wiggle of the toes. It might be a sway side to side. Whatever feels nice, or it might be that we just want to be in stillness for a moment. From here, when you're ready, we're going to draw into happy baby. So with one hand on each knee, we're going to draw the knees wide and down as if we're trying to tuck them in towards the armpits. And then if it's comfortable, you can shine the soles of the feet to the sky, take hold of the outside edges of the feet. You can hold on to feet, this is full happy baby, or we can just stay with the hands on the knees for half happy baby. And either way, you can take a little rock and roll, a little sway side to side if you like, or you might want to hang out in stillness, whatever feels nice for you today. We find our place within the pose for a few easeful breaths. So when you're ready, we'll release the feet and the knees, they'll come back together, and then we'll just release the soles of the feet back to the earth. From here, we're going to take the arms wide upon the earth like a T-shape. And then what we'll do is we're just going to let the knees fall to the right, and again, knees to the left. So we're just going to come into our supine twist. And just take your time to get comfortable. If you want any cushions underneath or in between the knees, feel free to bring them in for support. And then when you're ready, we're just going to journey the knees over to the left and the gaze to the right. So we're just going to take it over to the other side. Beautiful, just creating that easeful spiral through the body. Beautiful. So what we'll do from here is we'll bring the knees and the gaze back up to the sky. And then we're just going to spread out into a long line upon the earth. So you might want to be like a long thin line. You might want to spread out like a starfish. You might want to have a wiggle and wobble of the hips and shoulders. You might want to wiggle fingers and toes. So whatever feels nice for you, we're just going to create a bit of space and have a little stretch upon the earth. Beautiful. Take a moment to have a lovely big stretch. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the arms alongside the body. And we're going to take a minute to get ready for our Shavasana, our relaxation and guided meditation time. So if you'd like to wrap yourself in blankets, feel free to do so. If you'd like to take a pause to have some tea, if you would like to take a pose or a movement that you like to do before you settle onto the earth, feel free to take some time to do that. So there's no rush. We'll take a good minute or so just to get ourselves comfortable. I'm going to get my blanket here. Sure. We're going to be here for about a good 10 minutes, so make sure if you think that you might get chilly in that time, then get your layers in, get your supports in, get your cushions and your bolsters, whatever's going to help you feel most restful, most easeful. Beautiful. Take your time. No rush, no hurry. As we kind of come full circle in our little practice today, we started upon the earth and we'll finish upon the earth. We might once again just gently close the eyes or let the gaze be soft. That sense of easefulness, of settling as we allow the earth beneath us to support us, to hold us gently as we relax into our place. As we settle into softness, we, for the next 10 minutes or so, can just let the body, the breath, the mind be easeful. There is Nothing we have to do, nobody we have to be. Maybe once more we envisage in our mind's eye that image of the gentle wave lapping on the shore. And maybe to create that scene in our mind's eye, we might envisage ourselves resting upon the shores of a soft and sandy beach. The sand has been warmed by a day of beautiful sunshine, so it feels very warm beneath us. And somewhere just beneath our toes is that gentle rhythm of the water, just matching beautifully the rhythm of our breath. From this restful place upon these warm sands, perhaps along with the gentle sound of the water and the waves, we might also hear the gentle rustling of palm trees and a gentle breeze. We might hear seabirds calling as they dive beneath the waves. We might see around us those broad leaves of the palm trees, and past them a beautiful sky, maybe a clear and vivid blue, maybe dappled with soft clouds. Maybe the day is just beginning and the sun is rising and casting beautiful shades of pinks and oranges and purples around you. Maybe you can smell the salty sea air, or the tang of exotic spices on the breeze. Just allowing our senses to build this beautiful place in our mind. It might even be a place that we have been to in memory or purely from imagination. And just perhaps the next gentle wave that laps upon the shore draws up just a little higher and sweeps over your feet and your toes and your ankles. The water is beautifully warm, and as it washes over your feet, there's a sense of it washing away any tension, any weariness within the feet, the toes and the ankles, washing it away out to sea. And the next gentle wave sweeps up over legs and knees. They soften and calm. And the next gentle wave washes over hips and tummy, warm, nurturing. And the next wave sweeps over chest and heart, warm and comforting, like a warm hug. And the wave after that sweeps over shoulders and arms and all the way to the tips of your fingers, washing away tension, tightness. The next gentle wave easily washes over your neck and jaw. You relax and calm. And then a very gentle wave gently washes over your face, washing over those little muscles of the cheeks, around the eyes and the forehead, and the very top of the head. The gentle waves washing away any final tension, tightness or busyness of thought. You feel calm and weightless, settled and content. You feel so weightless, in fact, that the next gentle wave that laps upon the shore gently lifts you up and carries you into the warm, shallow water, floating on the still, warm waters of the shallows. Here you can gaze up to that beautiful sky above you. Floating, weightless, peaceful. Connected to the natural world around you, surrounded by the elements. Last night, the ocean was full of starfish, drifting, floating, carrying dreams upon their backs. The sky had fallen into the waves, where the by-the-wind sailors gathered moon dust on cobalt sails to illuminate the rolling tide. And my dream self stood at the water's edge, gathering sand dollars in my pockets, just so I could throw them back into the sea. With the same wish of wellness kissed upon every one. And the starfish swam across deep worlds to deliver them all to you. And so, my beautiful yogis, perhaps the next inhale is just a little longer, just a little deeper than the last. Maybe you wiggle fingers and toes, or make any luxurious twist or stretch or movement that feels nice for you as we begin to bring our awareness ever so gently back to the room and to the day. With no rush, we'll gently bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor. And we're just going to roll to one side, that little yogi recovery pose once more, just so that we don't rise too quickly. So we're just going to come onto our side and we'll just take a few lovely breaths here. And with eyes still closed for just a moment more if you can, let's gently rise to an easy seat. It doesn't matter what way you're facing. You can bring the blankets with you if you like. We're just going to hold on to that sense of calmness, of stillness, of restfulness, as we once again feel the earth beneath us and gently rise through the body to let the crown shine to the sky. A sense of that rhythm of the breath, that rhythm of our own energy. And to finish our practice today, let's take a nice deep inhale. We'll sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, reaching tall. We'll bring the palms together. We're going to exhale the hands to heart center in prayer. From here, we can gently open the eyes, and to ourselves and each other, we say namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me today, my darlings. I hope you go forth and have a really, really gorgeous Sunday. May it be filled with all of your favorite things. So as always, drop me a message if you have any questions, suggestions, ideas. Always lovely to hear from you all. But until we speak again, I will send you my love. Go forth and have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much, darling ones. Lovely to see you.